Hey guys, what is up? Mike here. Thanks for tuning in to another video. So in this video, I want to talk about imposter syndrome. Just been reading an email and somebody was bringing this term up, was feeling like, was not wanting to go to a particular interview because they felt, they have this imposter syndrome, felt like they're not good enough. And a lot of people deal with this in the UX design space, in the software development space, in any field. It's basically when you are in a situation where you feel like you're not good enough and you feel like an imposter, like you shouldn't be applying to that job, going to that interview, or you land a job and you look around you and you feel like everybody else is better than you, and you kind of like you play mind tricks with yourself, right? And so the reality is everybody's human. Everybody have dealt with this at some point. I've dealt with it to a point, and I'll give you a story on how I kind of overcame it and give you some nuggets to kind of overcome, to start thinking about, to overcome imposter syndrome. The truth is, in any situation, imposter syndrome kind of comes and goes, right? So after about 6 weeks, 2 months, 2.5 months, you're in a particular situation and you're going to become more comfortable and more competent in your position and with the people around you. And so imposter syndrome goes away. And so people stay at that particular job. There's no more imposter syndrome. They get comfortable and blah, blah, blah. They go about their day. The problem is imposter syndrome comes when you go for a new job. It always comes back and rears its head, right? So until you really start being conscious of some of these things that I'm going to tell you, if you're not aware, imposter syndrome will always come around, right? So if you don't tackle the root, I guess, principles of this thing, it will always come back and bite you in the butt. So it's 2020. Nobody wants to deal with imposter syndrome. Here's some things that that you can take away, some nuggets you can start thinking about to help you overcome imposter syndrome. 2 things. Number 1 is have complete awareness, and number 2 is grow in your confidence in 2 areas, which I'll explain. Number 1 is have complete awareness of, first off, of who you are and what you can provide in terms of your skill set and the things that you currently know, and 100% be 100% aware that it's okay to not be an expert. It's okay to not know it all. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to not be the top person in the room. It's okay, because like 100%, we have 100% awareness that no one is an expert in everything, right? And be 100% aware that nobody's laughing at you because of the position you're in and the level that you're at. It's 100% okay. So when you have complete awareness of this fact, that's the first thing, right? Secondly is have complete confidence in 2 areas. 1, have complete confidence in your ability to learn anything, and complete confidence in your ability to get the job done. All right, so with those 3, having complete awareness that, hey, it's okay, I might not know that thing, but I have confidence that if you give me an opportunity, I'll be able to learn that thing and I can get the job done. So that right there, you can take those principles to any situation and apply those principles and get through it and not have to deal with this feeling inadequate, right? Have 100% awareness of your abilities, that no one's an expert, it's okay to ask questions. And number 2 and 3, have complete confidence in your ability to learn anything. I know I feel like I can learn anything, within reason. I'm not going to be a brain surgeon or anything, but if I need to know how to, anything design related, obviously, as you're growing in your design field, and if you're a developer, obviously, you can learn that thing. Give you a few days, you can Google it, you can take a tutorial, you can practice and you get better at it, right? That's what I mean when it comes to learning anything. Give me a second. It might take a day or so. I'll come back and I'll practice, and I'm sure I can learn that thing, and I'll stay late. Whatever it takes, I'll do whatever it takes to get the job done. You don't have any problems with that. That right there, if you approach any company, any interview, any situation with that mindset, and the more time goes on, the more you start applying these things, the more confident your presentation will be when it comes to asserting yourself in these areas. Awareness, confidence in your ability to learn anything, and your confidence in your ability to learn to get the job done. One of the stories that I like to tell people is when I was I was dealing with imposter syndrome up to a point because everyone's human, and I was dealing with imposter syndrome because I don't have a college degree, and I started working with people with college degrees and stuff like that, and so I kind of felt like a little embarrassed to actually, to kind of touch around that subject when people start talking about what school did you go to and stuff like that. So I kind of felt, man, I don't know if I, just kind of shy, right, around those situations. And I was like a senior UX designer at this point, still growing in my career, and I was dealing with people that were a little older than myself, but they had college degrees, and they were experts in their profession, very senior people, product owners, product managers, directors of development, stuff like that. And here I am, self-taught, designer, from web designer coming in, titling himself, UX designer. I'm like, geez, do I really know what I'm doing? Long story short, it was in a meeting where this guy was demonstrating this developer, and he was a head guy, and I was like, man, I'm so confused on what this guy's talking about. And then this product manager spoke up like 40 minutes into the talk and was like, can you draw this out for me, because I'm a little confused. And right then and there, she kind of was like speaking for me, because I was hella confused. I was so confused, and I was so much so in the wrong wrong situation that the dude drew it out, was totally okay with drawing it out and stuff like that, and she kind of got it. I got it a little bit, but I was still confused. I was like, I'm just long. But the point that I got out of that meeting was, wow, she has a master's degree, and she was confused just like me. This little guy that's self-taught. I'm like from the streets, and so she has a college degree. She was asking questions, and so it gave me the opportunity to know, hey, wait, you can have a master's degree or PhD, whatever, and still be a little confused on certain situations. And I was like, from there, I took that principle and ran with it. So if anytime situation came up, I would say, can you please explain that to me? And I started to learn about visual people versus analytical people, and so I figured out that I'm a visual person, and I need things dumbed down. And then I'm a very logical, rational person, but you need to kind of dumb things down for me, and so everybody learns in different ways, and that was my thing. And once I realized that, it was over. I grew in more confident, and then I always had the ability to learn stuff because I was always on the computer, always looking at tutorials, always trying and testing things, so I could master something or learn something quick. And I was always had the ability to get the job done. Every part of my career, I never had a project where I stopped midway and raised my hand and was like, I can't do it. It's like I was always able to complete the project and propose my best guess or whatever it is at that moment. And so I take those principles to the bank. 100% complete awareness that it's okay to ask questions, and hey, you might learn and do things in different ways, and you're okay with the skill set that you currently have. But then 2 and 3, your ability to learn anything and have confidence in your ability to get the job done. If you take that in any situation, guarantee you will start to present these principles and apply these principles, and you'll start to overcome imposter syndrome, from time to time as you get a little older. And obviously, the more older you get, like me, and the more experience you get, you start to just squash imposter syndrome away, and you become way confident in who you are. And that's just a matter of time, and that's just a thing. It's like everybody's human and everybody deals with it. But start to apply those principles, of awareness and confidence in those 2 areas, and you'll start to squash imposter syndrome for 2020 and beyond. All right. Anyway, but one thing I want to leave you with, there is imposter syndrome affects a lot of people in the interview situation as well. And whereas you don't feel like you're good enough to actually be there, and so you self-sabotage, you kind of like destroy your own process in that interview because you're playing mind tricks with yourself, right? So I want to say, hey, in your next interview, as you go forth, try to assert more confidence. And I'm going to leave you with this little clip from this movie, one of my favorite movies. I think it's my favorite. I would say it's my favorite movie of all time. It's called The Family Man. It's with Nicolas Cage. By the way, it's a very underrated holiday movie. But there's a clip where he's interviewing for his old job. I won't, go into the whole story, but he's interviewing for his old job, and the clip that I'm going to show you, it just starts to show where he becomes a little bit more confident, and he just sells himself on the job. He's like, give me this opportunity, I won't let you down. And the cool thing about this clip is he was nervous, very nervous before this clip started, which you don't see. He got some water, came back, and became confident. And then the look that the older gentleman in this clip gives him is a look that, like, the guy's like saying, damn, like, this dude's confident, I like this dude. And then, long story short, he actually gets the job. But the acting is great in this movie, and this scene is just, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. A very underrated movie, but I love this scene with Nicolas Cage in this interview. So check it out. I'm going to link to it in the description. Hopefully you can pull from that and apply that closing technique in your next interview. As I always talk about, closing is a big part of being able to get jobs and stand out from other candidates. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. If you like the things I talk about, hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment or question below. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to be notified next time I drop a video. And if you are just not getting started in UX design, or you want to advance and grow your skills, you can check out my site, ML UX Academy. I have a product there, and I have a membership there that you can try out, test out for 14 days for free, and get access to over 90, amazing tutorials and videos right now, today, for free. Check it out for 14 days. And also, if you have any questions, go to my site, ML UX Academy, click on the contact link, ask me a question, I'll be able to answer that for you, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right, peace.